Good morning, everybody. My name is Gary Mekjan. I am the Farmington Hills City Manager. I'm so happy to be here this morning and to welcome all of you to our 2019 and 2020 awards program for our employees. Just a quick housekeeping note. If you are not fully vaccinated, we're asking that you do wear your microphone at the podium. If you are vaccinated, that's an option for those employees. I guess I'm fully vaccinated, so I'm not going to wear a mask. So, again, good morning, and wanted to welcome you all here. This celebration is something that we look forward to each and every year. After dealing with a global pandemic and the resulting impact on our lives, it's extra special to be able to take time today to recognize, to recognize our employees who are receiving an award for demonstrating excellence on the job. We thank all of you for your commitment to this fine city. This program acknowledges the difference that each of you have made, and we ask for your continued dedication in the future. We rely on you and your years of experience to help us discover new ways of servicing the businesses and the residents of our fine city. Together, we will continue to provide excellent services to our residents. In previous years, we've taken the time during this occasion to say thank you to our service award recipients. However, due to COVID-19 capacity constraints, we will honor all 2019 and 2020 recipients through a separate presentation. This presentation will be displayed on our YouTube channel and monitors throughout City Hall and the Costic Center. All employees who are celebrating a milestone anniversary of 5 through 35 years of service will be selecting a gift appropriate to their years of service that will be sent to their homes. These gifts are a symbol of our appreciation for a job well done. Today's program is dedicated to honoring employees who have made significant contributions to the city. The presentation of the outstanding awards is a special part of the awards program each year. Since 1986, the city has honored several employees each year with this designation. As part of this honor, award recipients will receive a plaque and a cash award as a token of our appreciation to their efforts. We will begin the award presentation to the Firefighter of the Year and then the Police Officer of the Year for 2019 and 2020. After those awards have been presented, we will announce the Civilian Award winners, beginning with Outstanding Employees and ending with Employees of the Year for both 2019 and 2020. At this time, I'd ask Fire Chief John Unruh to present the awards to the Firefighter of the Year for 2019 and 2020. Chief?
Good morning. Our 2019 Firefighter of the Year is Lieutenant Andre Gardenhire. Andre joined the department in April of 1998 and became a career firefighter in September of 2000. He has held the ranks of inspector, senior firefighter, sergeant, and now lieutenant. He is also a certified fire investigator and works on our fire investigation team. Lieutenant Gardenhire instructs our recruit school and CPR classes. He is a member of the Oakway Hazmat team, where he holds a hazmat technician certification. He was the Career Firefighter of the Year in 2008, has numerous life-saving, chain of survival, and unit citations. He's currently completing his bachelor's degree and is a graduate of the Eastern Michigan University School of Fire Staff and Command. Andre was undoubtedly selected as the Firefighter of the Year, not because of one event or one incident, but globally what he does every day. Andre is always willing to help out, whether it's to fill a last-minute vacancy, instruct a course, investigate a fire scene, or simply help one of our own prepare for the National Paramedic exam. He never complains, is always very friendly, and doesn't have no in his vocabulary, and is very much committed to our organization. For these and many more unmentioned reasons, Lieutenant Andre Gardenhire is our 2019 Firefighter of the Year.
Well, thank you, Chief, for those kind words. It's much appreciated. I'd also like to thank you for your leadership and also your senior staff, especially during the whole COVID-19, just your whole overall leadership. You want to make sure we all were safe, so thank you. I'd also like to thank you, the city manager, and also the city council for your leadership. With your backing, we are one of the best fire departments in the area. We really appreciate it. So when you say thank you, I always wonder, how can you really say thank you? And I really like to say thank you to my family, my wife, my 2 daughters, just my whole family. It's all about them. They keep me going, doing what I like to do, and I can't say thank you enough. But the way I like to say thank you to the city and also our citizens is, I like to say thank you by my actions. All right, I just don't want to say thank you. I told Chief Marinucci back in 1998, I told the chief when I got appointed sergeant and also lieutenant, I won't let you down, all right? And I won't let the city down. Even when I retire, I'm always going to be a Farmington Hills firefighter, and I just want to say thank you, and I just serve professionally the best way I can the citizens till it's over. Thank you very much.
Lieutenant Dennis Ferment was hired by the department in 2002 as a paid-on-call firefighter, where he attained the rank of paid-on-call sergeant. He was hired as a career firefighter paramedic in 2006. In 2015, he was promoted to staff lieutenant, where he managed the training division. He was responsible for creation, implementation, management, and evaluation of all of our training programs. In 2020, Dennis accepted a position as a staff lieutenant in the Fire Prevention Division, where his duties now include inspecting businesses to identify potential hazards and fire code violations. He has taken a lead role in the fire investigation team, where they investigate significant fires for their origin and cause. He's recently been accepted to the National Fire Academy, where he will spend 10 days in Emmitsburg, Maryland, gathering advanced knowledge regarding fire investigation. Dennis has an applied science associate degree from Columbia Southern University, a Bachelor of Science degree from Columbia Southern University in fire administration. He's a graduate of the Eastern Michigan University School of Fire Staff and Command. He has a Master's of Science from the School of Technology, also from Eastern Michigan University. He has countless certifications and professional licenses in every area of firefighting and emergency medical care and associated instruction. He is also a member of the department's Honor Guard. In 2020, Dennis was assigned to the training division. Our staff was extremely busy with the response to COVID. As such, there was virtually no time for training. Dennis was reassigned to the project of COVID record keeping for the purposes of potential reimbursement to the city. Dennis researched all aspects of COVID grants, maintained accurate records associated with our response to COVID, and applied for the necessary grants. In just the first round, Lieutenant Ferment was responsible for almost $150,000 in grant awards to the City of Farmington Hills. He continues to examine different grant opportunities as he learns his new role in the Fire Prevention Division. Dennis is being awarded our Firefighter of the Year for 2020 for his steadfast commitment and determination to accuracy in maintaining records, exploring and applying for grants, and different reimbursement opportunities. Please join me in congratulating Lieutenant Ferment as our 2020 Firefighter of the Year.
Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you very much. It's my true honor to accept this award. It puts me in really good company. Congratulations to Lieutenant Gardenhire. To be part of that company, I'm so proud. I've seen what some of these firefighters have been able to do over the years, and I'm impressed by them. So thank you for, giving me this award. Imagine my surprise when the chief called me. He did it after hours. I'm not surprised there because he doesn't really take too much time off. So he called me and he said that the department selected me as the 2020 Firefighter of the Year. I was stunned for a second. If you know me, I'm never really at a loss for words, but at this case, I kind of stuttered for a minute and, pretty quickly said, well, Chief, I guess I just got to bring it even harder tomorrow, even better. So that's my plan after this, and that's where we're going to go. During the last year, it's been crazy. Everybody knows that. I am admin. I work in headquarters, okay? I'm not out there on the trucks putting myself at risk in harm's way quite like the crews were over last year. So I do want to bring that up. If the situations they were putting themselves into were scary, bewildering, very odd, and they crushed it every single day. I'm glad that I could be part of supporting that mission, and the fact that I was able to and be recognized for that, it means something to me, but hats off to all those firefighters. Thank you, Chief. Without you and your leadership, none of this could have been possible. I truly appreciate it, and all the kind words. That intro sounded pretty good, so thank you there. City Manager, thank you very much, too. We got a chance to work a little bit last year together, and I think we're pretty successful. So there's more to come, and you'll see. The reason that I'm here in the fire service is because of two people. It's my parents. My mother worked in records for the police department for 13, 15 years. So I was raised kind of around there, and she said, hey, there's an opportunity at the fire department. Come and check it out. So I did. And, this is another one of those highlights. I think that career has worked out for me. So thanks to my mom for getting me there. My father, he currently, at over 80 years old, likes to come in, and he's one of our handicapped patrol officers for the city. So, it's a voluntary thing. He comes in, wants to make a difference for the community, and he is. So they're the example that, I'm trying to live up to. My wife, Erin, she's a teacher. We're a firefighter teacher, try and be the salt of the earth. So she's trying to make her difference. I have 3 children that, this award is going to give me a chance to show them that a little bit of hard work actually pays off, and public service, it's a great thing. It really is. So that's one of those huge benefits of receiving something like this. I want to say I've lived here in the city the majority of my life, almost my entire life. Met my wife over in North Farmington, go Raiders. So it's my pleasure to come and serve all our citizens, my friends, my coworkers. I've responded on all of them. We all work together. So it's been my pleasure in this career. This is another one of those benchmarks that I wanted to hit, and now I did. But we're not over yet. So the fire department's going to keep doing better and better things. I'm glad to be part of it. Thank you.
So on behalf of myself and the Farmington Hills City Council, I want to thank both Lieutenant Gardenhire and Lieutenant Firment for their excellent service. Next, I'd like to invite Police Chief Jeff King to join us to present the awards for the Police Officer of the Year for both 2019 and 2020. Chief King.
Good morning. We will be recognizing Lieutenant Brian Moore and Sergeant Paulo Hernandez as the co-officers of the year for 2019. Lieutenant Brian Moore has been employed with the city for over 23 years, 22 of those years as a police officer. He has served as a cadet, a patrol officer, a sonic investigator, a patrol sergeant, a sergeant of the directed patrol unit, and in addition to those duties, a field training officer, assistant coordinator to the field training officer and police service aid programs, and a field training officer coordinator. Lieutenant Brian Moore has 63 awards and citations, most notable 25 unit citations, 2 merit citations, and 2 life-saving awards. Sergeant Paulo Hernandez began his career in law enforcement with the Detroit Police Department, where he served in several high-profile units. In addition to the patrol and mobile field force units, he served as a special operations officer for the 11th Precinct and as in the elite mayoral executive protection unit for the mayor of Detroit. In 2005, he transferred to the Farmington Hills Police Department, and he was assigned to the patrol division. In addition to serving in the patrol division, he served as a field training officer, a sonic investigator, and a directed patrol officer. In 2020, he was promoted to the rank of sergeant. Sergeant Paulo Hernandez has 41 total citations and awards, 1 valorous conduct award, 1 merit citation, 21 unit citations, and 1 life-saving citation. But regarding 2019 for these 2 individuals, I want to point out 4 specific incidents where they are being recognized as Officers of the Year. During 2019, both Lieutenant Brian Moore, then Sergeant Moore, and Sergeant Paulo Hernandez, then Officer Hernandez, served as investigators in our directed patrol unit. This unit is a highly specialized and trained group of investigators combining uniform, plainclothes, and tactical operations for our department. While in this unit, Lieutenant Moore and Sergeant Hernandez often worked as a team, and in 2019 are being recognized for 4 specific incidents. In April, they responded to, investigated, and arrested a suspect who was responsible for committing numerous thefts of catalytic converters throughout our city. The suspect was observed committing the crime, fled from officers at a local dealership. These 2 officers' investigation resulted in the arrest of that suspect in connection not only with our incident, but for other thefts of catalytic converters in both Southgate and Lincoln Park. In September, they investigated and arrested an individual in connection with multiple breaking and enterings of local schools, and who is suspected of being responsible for the theft of several school laptops in those buildings. Most notable, on April 5th, 2019, Lieutenant Moore and Sergeant Hernandez were in the area of I-96 and Inkster Road on their way to investigate a witness in regards to thefts in our city. As they were driving near the Columbia overpass east of Inkster, they saw a male who had climbed over the railing and was attempting to jump down to the freeway below. Lieutenant Moore and Sergeant Hernandez stopped their vehicle and began talking with this male subject. The subject indicated to them that he was intent on killing himself by jumping down onto the roadway. After many attempts of trying to convince this individual to climb back over and not jump, Lieutenant Moore and Sergeant Hernandez's actions resulted in convincing that man to not commit suicide, climb back over, and they saved his life. Then in late October 2019, the Farmington Hills Police Department was investigating the arson of an occupied dwelling in the Fairmont Park Apartments. Through the course of the investigation, a suspect description was developed and surveillance was conducted. During the early morning hours of October 22nd, 2019, the suspect was observed by officers prowling around another apartment building. The suspect realized he was being seen and attempted to flee the area. After a perimeter was established and an exhaustive search was conducted, Lieutenant Moore and Sergeant Hernandez observed the vehicle trying to flee back into his residence. The suspect was pursued and eventually apprehended, and the investigation revealed that he confessed to not only the several arsons, but numerous other criminal activities in the area. Lieutenant Moore and Sergeant Hernandez are extraordinary examples of the excellence the Farmington Hills Police Department is known for. Their professionalism, dedication, and work ethic serves as a role model for all officers in our department, and I congratulate them on their recognition this year.
Chief, thanks for making me sound so good. I appreciate it. I'd like to thank a few people. First, personally, my family, my wife Diane, and my kids. This job has crazy hours and stressful, and I truly couldn't do it without their support. The city manager, city administration, city council who support the police department allow us to carry out our mission of making Farmington Hills safe and outstanding community to live and work in. Chief King and the entire executive staff who support, guide, mentor me, and empower me to do my job. I appreciate it. The outstanding men and women at the police department who selflessly give themselves to keep this community safe. And last but certainly not least, the residents of this community who we have a great relationship with. And they entrust us with the awesome responsibility of providing them police services. Thank you.
I'd just like to echo Lieutenant Moore's sentiments. Like I say, thank you to my family. When you get assigned to these units, you don't have a standard work schedule. Your days off change, your start time and your end times change. And if it wasn't for the support of my wife, my mother, my in-laws to help us out, juggling the kids' schedule and all that stuff, I would never been able to take advantage of the opportunities that have been presented to me. Chief, I'd like to thank you and our command staff for your continued support. Helps us do our job. I'd like to thank the Awards and Citation Committee for thinking that our efforts were, deserve to be recognized. I'd like to thank the city manager and human resources for putting this event together and taking the time to recognize us. Really appreciate it. It means a lot. Thank you.
For 2020 Farmington Hills Police Officer of the Year, I'd like to ask Officer Prescott Line to come up here and join me. Officer Line began his career with Farmington Hills Police Department in 2018. After graduating from the Oakland Police Academy, prior to that, Officer Line played football for 4 seasons at Michigan State University and Southern Methodist University in Texas. He obtained a Master's of Science degree in kinesiology. Sorry. During his short time here, Officer Line has amassed 9 citations and awards. 1 Police Officer of the Year this year, 2 commendations, 1 citation, 2 unit citations, and 1 Chain of Life award. Officer Line was unanimously selected as the 2020 Farmington Hills Police Officer of the Year for the following actions. In August of 2020, he observed a suspect vehicle parked in a local motel. After observing this vehicle, Officer Line initiated a traffic stop on the vehicle as it attempted to leave, and upon contacting the occupant, he immediately recognized evidence of narcotics packaging inside the vehicle. Officer Line interviewed the occupant, and after gaining consent to search the vehicle, he not only discovered that the suspects were hiding cocaine and heroin inside various hidden compartments in the vehicle, he also recovered a loaded .38 caliber handgun from inside the fuse box of the engine compartment. On September 9th, 2020, Officer Line received a Chain of Life award for his actions in responding to the Red Roof Inn in reference to an unresponsive woman. In determining that the female had overdosed on heroin and needed immediate medical attention, Officer Line worked in concert to deliver naloxone to the individual, reviving her and saving her life. In August 24, Officer Line received a commendation as he stopped a 25-year-old male driving on Northwestern Highway near 14 Mile Road. After talking to the occupant of the vehicle and gaining consent to search the vehicle, he recovered a stolen, loaded .45 caliber Glock handgun from inside the glove compartment. The Oakland County Prosecutor's Office authorized a warrant for the individual for carrying a concealed weapon, and this action resulted in the removal of this firearm or preventing potentially unlawful use on the street. Officer Prescott Line also received a commendation for his actions in responding to a situation at a local auto dealership where a off-site security company identified an individual trying to break into the cars. The male was attempting to flee the scene when Officer Line arrived and observed the individual fleeing in the parking lot. Officer Line pursued him, chasing the suspect down and arresting him after approximately a quarter-mile foot pursuit, which he didn't realize he was running from one of the officers that played 4 years college football. Bad luck of the draw, I guess. And finally, Officer Prescott Line received the COVID-19 Service Award, where he worked for the City of Farmington Hills, supporting all the sworn officers, dispatchers, and essential civilian staff by continuing to provide the exceptional police services to the public throughout this historic global pandemic. Officer Line's accomplishments during 2020 are another extraordinary example of the excellence the Farmington Hills Police Department is known for. His professionalism, dedication, and work ethic is extraordinary and serves as a role model for other young officers in our department. And I congratulate him on his recognition.
Well, thank you, Chief, for those kind words. Also, thank you, City Manager and City Council, for your support. Definitely makes our job a lot easier to do. What I'd like to thank is the citizens of Farmington Hills as well for their cooperation and support of the police department. Definitely makes our job easier too as well. I'm going to keep this short as possible too, so bear with me. Those two officers over there, those definitely role models for the younger officers in our department. We definitely look up to them and try to follow in their footsteps. So I'd like to congratulate them also on their Police Officer of the Year. Definitely earn it. Lastly, there's no other department I want to work for. Farmington Hills is definitely the only place, the best. I mean, great officers there, great people to work with, so it makes it enjoyable every day. And look forward to many more years with Farmington Hills Police Department. Thank you.
Okay, good morning. So I want to just first of all thank Sergeant Hernandez, Lieutenant Moore, and Officer Line for their hard work and dedication to the City of Farmington Hills. So what I want to quickly do is kind of explain the civilian portion of the outstanding award, employee award process, how it works. Obviously, because of COVID-19 situation, we were not able to do a full program for 2019 and 2020. However, the city manager and the city leadership thought it was very important to recognize our employees. So hopefully you guys will appreciate this, modified form of program. But at the end of the day, it's all about the success of your support to the city. So again, I would like to take a moment to explain how civilian employees are selected to receive these prestigious awards. In November of each year, employees are asked to nominate their coworkers and to consider 3 criteria in doing so. First is their job performance. Then is the rapport with their coworkers. And then the third area is delivery of service to the public. Department directors and the past 5 employees of the year then review these nominations. From that discussion, several top employees are chosen as outstanding employees. Finally, the employee with the most votes from the group of top employees is honored as the employee of the year. We have the highest regard for the employees who receive this special recognition, and we honor them by displaying their picture and their name on a plaque in City Hall for 1 year. This year, both 2019 and 2020 recipients will be displayed. Again, thank you for attending the program, and Gary Mection, City Manager, will handle the next step.
Thank you, John. So next, we'd like to have all the department heads come on up so they can present their outstanding employee awards to their departmental employees.
Good morning. I'm Karen Mondora, Public Services Director, and at this time I'd like to invite Ethan Amos to come up. Ethan Amos began his career with the City of Farmington Hills 21 years ago as an engineering aide. He has been promoted multiple times, most recently in 2016, to his current role of surveyor for the engineering division of the Public Services Department. Ethan's primary responsibilities as city surveyor are to collect field data used by the city's engineers to design the city's road and water main replacement projects. He also provides staking and layout of the engineering drawings during construction. This job is very important and requires a keen attention to detail. One mistake, be it made or one that's found and corrected, can be worth thousands of dollars. In the summers, Ethan also leads a team of college interns and is charged with giving them meaningful training, keeping them productive, and overseeing their activities. Many have since gone on to become full-time city employees. With Ethan's experience, he is also often called on to fill in during emergencies, fill in for his supervisor during vacations, and take on special assignments. While these contributions on their own are worthy, Ethan is also called on many times throughout the year to assist the police department with accident scene reconstruction. Ethan's day job makes him a valuable resource to the PD. Accidents occur all hours of the day and night, and often the victims of a fatal crash are still on scene during the investigation. Ethan is exposed to these scenes and helps, even though his job description does not require him to do so. There have been many times where the evidence that Ethan collects was successfully used in court. His willingness to pitch in and help makes the city a better place and helps give closure to the families of victims. His dedication to his day job, willingness to assist his coworkers and other departments are appreciated. Congratulations, Ethan.
Thank you, Karen, for those incredibly kind words. Thank you. It's an honor to be here, recognized with so many outstanding employees, firefighters, police officers, and I appreciate to be able to be up here and selected by the committee. Thank you. Gary Metchkin, city manager, my former director, I want to say thank you to for always believing in me. Karen, my current director, Jim Cabrera, Tim Waker, for putting me in positions to succeed and believing in me. And last, my wife, Kristen, who works over in special services, for keeping me as level as humanly possible. My two kids, Ari and Wyatt, and thank you, everyone, again.
All right. At this time, I'd like to welcome Janessa Rankin to the podium. So Janessa began her career with the City and Parks and Golf Division, and she came to the DPW as a laborer in May of 2016. She has quickly risen through the ranks to become an equipment operator too. Janessa has always been willing to take on and complete with the highest quality any task asked of her. She has taken ownership of the salt brine manufacturing equipment and has worked hard with her coworkers to make it a state-of-the-art production facility unique to Michigan and most of the country. Janessa is one of those employees who is always thinking. She comes to the supervisors and senior staff with not only an observation, but most of the time a solution or recommendation. She has worked closely with the manufacturer of the brine equipment, improving its efficiency. She has superior work ethic. Every time you see Janessa throughout the day, she is busy working. She was recently observed washing the floor of the vehicle storage area while waiting for her next assignment. Her work area, when not driving a dump truck, is always clean, stocked, and organized, well beyond expectations for a DPW facility. Janessa has always been willing to learn new tasks in equipment operations, and once shown how, she practices and improves on that skill. She also has a keen mechanical knowledge. She's able to repair most anything. As an example, she was showing the brine equipment manufacturer how their equipment was actually functioning and failing. She is a key member of the DPW team when it comes to community outreach, including participating in the Michigan Career Quest events, participating in presentations at local trade events, helping with the open house, and even decorating her dump truck for Christmas parades. She has been asked to present at the American Public Works Association's National Snow and Ice Conference in Cleveland and has been featured in a recent issue of the National American Public Works Association publication representing Farmington Hills and featuring women in public works. Janessa's positive attitude and energy makes her well respected among her coworkers. She gets along with them and has a bright future with the city. She was even the officiant at one of the other DPW's employees' wedding. Congratulations, Janessa.
Well, I'm glad she remembered all of that because that's just a normal day at work. And a lot of that I forget about. I'd like to thank Karen and Gary and John and Lori. Thank you, everybody. This was great last year to find out that I received this. And I'd like to thank Kevin at DPW and all the boys and the women that I work with. They make it a great place to work in. And I hope to possibly get one of these in the future again, maybe. Thank you, everybody.
Good morning. I'm Tom Scrivola, the Finance Director, and I'm here to honor our outstanding pension accountant, Susan Hardy. Susan will celebrate her 10th anniversary with the City of Farmington Hills this December, all with the Finance Department. Those of you who work with Susan know that she is hardworking, conscientious, and always has a smile and a laugh to share. People that work with Susan are among the happiest people here. That's because Susan approaches all of her customers and coworkers with thorough preparation, a listening ear, good humor, and you know that she really cares about you as a person. Susan sweats the details so that you can transition into retirement without having to worry about a thing. Is your pension calculated accurately and timely? Sure thing. Is your payment going to arrive on schedule? You bet. If there's a problem, will Susan fix it? You know it. I've listed a lot of great reasons why people are happy with Susan's work. Let's not forget the most important reason: they're about to retire. Who wouldn't want to do that? So, whether you are dreaming about your future retirement, waiting for that first pension payment, or need that change of address form for the move to Florida, you know you can count on Susan to treat you like the City of Farmington Hills family member that you are. Thank you, Susan. It is my honor and privilege to present you with this award as one of the outstanding employees of 2019 for the City of Farmington Hills. Come on up, Susan.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the wonderful introduction, Tom. I appreciate it. And thank you to those who nominated me for this honor. I would also like to thank the city manager, the city manager's office, and the city council for this award. I am deeply moved by this recognition, and I feel so lucky to be part of such a wonderful organization such as this one. Congratulations to all the other employees, police officers, firefighters, civilians, who are being recognized today. I feel so lucky to work with such a wonderful and professional group of people. It's my honor to be working here with the City of Farmington Hills. Thank you so very much.
I'd like to call up Lindsay Santilli as the Farmington Hills Police Department's Civilian Award for 2019. Lindsay Santilli is recognized throughout our department for her dedication, work ethic, and professionalism. She handles the scheduling and payroll for over 100 employees in our department. That includes the Operations Bureau, which is broken into several sections, 6 total: patrol, traffic, directed patrol, police service aides, handicap parking volunteers, and school crossing guards. She handles the scheduling for all of those employees, often catching staffing issues prior to those errors taking effect. In 2019, Lindsay was transferred to the administrative secretary's position, and her previous position was combined with that and eliminated. Lindsay took over that new job, keeping the majority of her prior duties in addition to her new duties. She excelled at this new position and came up with a new idea to better facilitate subpoena services throughout our department. She worked with Central Services closely to create a more efficient way to track, deliver, and execute subpoenas, increasing the efficiency of our criminal case management with our 47th District Court. Lindsay plays a key role in maintaining a positive work environment and supports department morale by taking it upon herself to monitor employee birthdays and manage department potluck lunches. Lindsay's supervisors are routinely receive compliments from the public on her demeanor, how friendly she is, how helpful she is when taking the phone calls, usually because of the citizens' dissatisfaction with having a car towed or receiving a citation. Lindsay's always professional, displays genuine concern to the caller, and represents the department well. In addition to all of her daytime duties, Lindsay is a professional photographer and has consistently donated her time and equipment supporting our K-9 program and city administrative presentations. Her dedication, work ethic continued in 2020, where she served as one of the few essential administrative staff members supporting the operations of the police department during the COVID-19 pandemic. Lindsay is the consummate professional, serving as a role model for all other administrative staff members in our department, and I congratulate her on being recognized as the 2019 Civilian Staff Award.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Thank you to Chief King, City Manager, City Administration, and City Council for recognizing me here today. I really appreciate it. I'd like to specifically thank Chief King and the executive staff at the Police Department for all their support, Captains Radzi and Piggott, Assistant Chiefs Rodriguez and Unruh, and of course Chief King. Specifically, I'd like to thank Assistant Chief Bonnie Unruh for nominating me for this award. As Chief King mentioned, in early 2019, I was promoted from Secretary to Administrative Secretary in the Operations Bureau, working directly for then Commander Bonnie Unruh. As I transitioned to my new role, she and I became a good support system for each other with our respective roles in the Bureau. I truly enjoy my job, I love the work, and I really love the people I work with, so I really appreciate this award. Congrats to everyone else.
So sincerely, I want to personally thank you as city manager and also on behalf of the Farmington Hills City Council to all of those 2019 award recipients. Now I'd like to invite our department heads to present their 2020 Outstanding Employee Award recipients. Yay. Okay, so I'm John Randall. I'm the Human Resources Director, and I have the pleasure of presenting LaToya Edwards, who is our Human Resources aide in the Human Resources Department with one of the 2020 Outstanding Employee Awards. Talk about hitting the ground running. LaToya joined the HR department as a department aide in September of 2019, replacing a long-tenured employee in the Human Resources Department, and has not skipped a beat. She's a true human resources professional. She has a master's degree in human resource management to prove it. The challenges of being new in the organization, the volume of work, and not to mention the mysteries of COVID-19 did not stop her from excelling in her job in 2020. This award is based on 3 criteria, as I mentioned earlier. That's outstanding job performance, rapport with co-workers, and service to the public.
and positive contributions to the department and the city. LaToya supports the Fit for Life program, which aids our employees in achieving important financial, physical, and mental health goals, while processing thousands of applications, thousands of employee consultations, payroll changes, driver's license checks, criminal backgrounds, and endless job postings. Not to mention, when the city's benefit coordinator was out on a short-term leave, LaToya barely knew her own job and assumed the benefits coordinator responsibility. She does outstanding work, she's an outstanding person, and her peers, not just me, acknowledge that she's officially an outstanding employee. Congratulations, LaToya.
Thank you. Oh, look at this. Well, good morning, everyone. It's truly an honor and surprise to receive this award. It feels good, especially as a new employee, to be recognized for your work. I want to thank everyone who has supported me from day one. Every question answered, every smile, and every warm welcome has helped me win this award. Thank you to our city manager, mayor, and city council. Thank you to my little HR family, John, Lori, Erica, and Agnes. I'm so grateful to be part of the Farmington Hills family and look forward to being a true partner to you all for years to come. Thank you.
I'm Ellen Schnackle, Director of Special Services, and I'd like to have Hannah Fogarty join me. Hannah started with the city in 2017 as a part-time sustainability coordinator in the Special Services Department. She was promoted to full-time recreation specialist in 2018. She oversees the day camp program as well as many other programs and special events. In an average year, we'll see almost 4,000 day campers in attendance. Hannah works closely with the state of Michigan to get our camps licensed. This past COVID summer of 2020, we felt a strong responsibility to our community to offer summer day camp opportunities, and we were able to serve over 500 campers. Hannah worked with a committee of coworkers to ensure the safety of all participants and staff. In fact, her efforts helped the city earn the Michigan Recreation and Parks Association COVID-19 Leadership Award for our Summer Camp Action Plan. Hannah is responsible for managing the Mayor's Youth Council, and she's been involved with the MParks Youth Symposium. She connects well with children of all ages and is a terrific mentor. She's jumped into new programming at the Hawk, including esports, which I know she has a personal interest in playing. Hannah coordinates many special events and works closely with other departments on the citywide open house and the holiday basket fundraiser. Other department heads have commented to me about how she's so eager to contribute and how she keeps things organized and on task. Hannah was nominated by a fellow coworker in the Special Services Department who stated, "Hannah is an excellent employee that provides excellence in all areas of her work. From the programs she provides to the community to her rapport with her colleagues, she works hard to provide that something extra." Hannah is always quick to offer a lending hand to anyone she encounters and loves to tackle some of the challenging issues we face while staying energetic about the possible solutions we create. Hannah is a great asset to the Special Services Department and to the greater city of Farmington Hills. In my estimation, perhaps Hannah's greatest asset is her positive attitude. She always arrives at work smiling and happy. She engages in genuine conversations with her coworkers and participants just about any topic. She spends time with her staff and provides little inspiration to them on a daily basis in very clever ways. It is clear that Hannah has great passion for the field of parks and recreation and that she takes her job very seriously. She prides herself in doing terrific work, and more than that, she prides herself in being a good person. She's a valuable member of the city's Special Services team, and I congratulate you, Hannah Fogarty, on this well-deserved honor. I'm going to keep this part of it.
Thank you. I wrote myself some notes because when I get nervous, I blank on what I'm saying. So I'm so thankful to be receiving this award. 2020 was very difficult, and as Ellen mentioned, we were one of the only cities around to run summer camp. So it was definitely a feat for us, and I'm so glad that we did. There are so many kids and families that really needed the care. Thank you to the city manager, John, for giving me a good scare when he told me that I was winning the award, to the city council and all of the city leadership for this opportunity. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for everybody within special services. Every single person within special services has really helped me to become the person and professional that I am. So thank you very much to all of them. I wanted to specifically call out Ellen, Brian, and Jeff for being amazing supervisors, support system, everything. They've been so helpful with everything throughout 2020, moving to the Hawk, all the craziness that we're going through right now. I really appreciate them. And finally, I would like to thank my mom and my fiance for their continued support for everything that I do, the weird working hours sometimes, and just supporting my hopes and dreams. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen at the Hawk. We have really great opportunity there. And yeah, thank you so much.
Hello again. I'm Karen Mondora, Public Services Director, and at this time I'd like to welcome Sharon Gamble. Sherry Gamble has been employed by the Department of Public Services as a building maintenance worker since September of 2016. Prior to that, she worked part-time for the Special Services Department. Sherry's responsibilities include cleaning City Hall and the Police Department. These custodial duties are not glamorous and tend to be taken for granted. It's hard work that can be lonely, since much of the cleaning is performed after hours. The COVID-19 crisis highlighted the importance of these duties that our custodial staff perform. Sherry's attention to detail in maintaining the cleanliness of our facilities and dedication to her job have been vital during this past difficult year. This was particularly true at the police building. During the pandemic, police headquarters continued to be a 24/7 operation that was open to the public. Police officers found themselves entering homes with reported positive COVID cases. Many of these incidents involved death investigations where it was believed the person died of COVID. A makeshift changing room was constructed for the officers to remove infected uniforms within the police building. Increased trash was created with gowns, gloves, shoe covers, and masks. This extra trash was collected and disposed of by our custodial staff without complaint. Sherry continued to come into the police building to provide essential services, including cleaning, removing trash, and refilling supplies. She was diligent in doing the extra work needed without having to be asked. During normal times, Sherry also goes out of her way to make sure that meeting organizers have needed evening room setups, and she helps attendees find their way. She has a friendly, personal demeanor that is appreciated by her coworkers. And I have to say, I'm sad that she is going to be leaving the Public Services Department, as she has accepted a job with accounting in a couple of weeks. But nonetheless, we congratulate her on her Outstanding Employee Award and know that she has a bright future with the city. Congratulations, Sherry.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I also want to thank, I'm a building maintenance worker, but I have a long list of people that I appreciate and have helped me so much along the way here, working with the city. Thank you to the City Council and the committee that chose me as one of the recipients of this award. Thank you for the City Manager's Office and all the who are a part of it, because I'm not even sure who all is a part of it, but I thank you all because I am so grateful. Honored to have received this award and to have been nominated. I've truly enjoyed and appreciated working with the city since day one, 15 years ago, when Todd Lipa hired me with the city in special services. So thank you, Todd, for that, and I will always be grateful for that. And in between then and now, there was Todd, Herman Smith, Jeff Hotchkiss, all of the special service, our special event coordinators, and Alan and Brian, just with support and from all over, and they all kept me working, and I appreciate that. And also had me out with in our community with the residents, enjoying them, having fun on my job, working with the young people and the old people. And thank you so much for the huge honor.
Short people here. Okay, hello, I'm Pam Smith, City Clerk. I'm happy to announce Carly Lindahl as one of our 2020 Outstanding Employees. Unfortunately, Carly could not be here today. But Carly first joined the city in December 2004 as a part-time engineering assistant in public services and was promoted to a full-time clerk 1 in that department in 2007. She was promoted several more times in that same department, landing as a public services aide in 2010. In June of 2012, I had the pleasure of interviewing Carly for department head secretary in my office, and I knew I had chosen the right person when I had to fight tooth and nail with engineering to let her go. From the start, I was impressed with her work ethic and dedication to any task, especially given the fact that she started in my office during a presidential election year. She's an extremely hard worker, intelligent, forward-thinking, and wears many hats in our office. She's often serving as our own personal IT staff person and has taken on the role for pretty much every department, I think, helping them with the Zoom meetings that we've had to do for the last year, which was one of the reasons that she was recognized by a fellow employee for this award. She works well with all departments and, as I said, is often called upon to assist employees in other departments. And I'm guessing that's why she has been nominated for this award several times and actually was recognized back in 2015. I've always said that she just gets it. There's no lengthy explanations, very little oversight. She knows what needs to be done and she gets it done. While every year Carly puts 100% into her job, 2020 was by far our most challenging year as an office, and particularly for her position. We faced a busy presidential election year with 3 major elections, seeing thousands of people at our counter, new no-reason absentee legislation, and many other legislation and administrative changes due to the pandemic. As deputy clerk, many of these responsibilities fell to Carly, and she did an outstanding job. She's smart, she's funny, she's reliable. She fills in for me when I can't be there. She has to step in and be the clerk. And I want to thank her for all that she does for our department. And I would be remiss if I did not also thank Public Services for hiring in and mentoring 2 great employees, one of which you'll hear about in a few minutes, that I was lucky enough to steal from my department. Thank you, Karen.
Okay. Sorry, got to adjust that microphone a little bit now. Well, I sincerely want to thank, again, the 2019 and the 2020 award recipients. It always makes me proud when I see employees. I've only been here a little over 10 years, but to see folks move from position to position within the organization and work their way up through the organization says an awful lot about Farmington Hills as an employer, and about our team. And I think that's probably the thing that makes me the most proud. So, now we're going to move on to the 2019 Employee of the Year and the 2020 Employee of the Year. And I have the great honor of reading both of them and introducing them. So, for the 2019 Employee of the Year is Teresa Jurgovich. There you are. In 2001, Teresa began her career with the city as a senior adult programmer in the Special Services Department. Come on up here. Oh, I lost my spot. Oh, sorry. In the Special Services Department. In July of 2002, wow, it only took 1 year. You got promoted. That's impressive. In July of 2002, she was promoted to Senior Adult Specialist. She was promoted to Senior Adult Specialist Supervisor in 2015. Teresa was nominated by 5 of her coworkers. All were consistent in terms of being an asset to the City of Farmington Hills and the senior adult population. Teresa demonstrates an exceptional work ethic and has a strong commitment to serving our residents. She maintains the highest personal expectations of herself and continually strives to make the best of every program and event in which she is involved. Farmington Hills police officers and firefighters call Teresa when they are concerned about an older adult. She is a licensed social worker and connects seniors with needed services, housing, transportation, and food programs. Because of her diligence, older adults in our communities live with dignity and respect and receive any necessary services during their final years. Even with her busy schedule, Teresa consistently found time to volunteer by making blueberry pies, which are delicious, by the way, and cookies to help fund the Meals on Wheels program. She's also worked with City Council and the Fire Department to bring back the File of Life program that ensures that critical medical information and emergency contacts are available to first responders. Teresa is an integral part of the Remembering When Fire and Fall Prevention Program for our older adults, which is a partnership between the Senior Division and the Fire Department and Beaumont Farmington Hills. The team is trained to give group demonstrations and in-home assessments. And as a representative of the Senior Division, Teresa visited 462 seniors in their homes to help them prevent falls and fires. Holiday cheer packages were delivered to 225 seniors in December of 2019, and thanks to Teresa, Adopt a Senior program in partnership with Our Lady of Sorrows Church, CARES, First United Methodist Church, PTAs from Alameda and Beachview Elementary Schools, as well as many generous and caring community members and city employees. Through Teresa's work with Farmington Area Goodfellows, 80 seniors also received gift packages. Teresa advises older adults and their caregivers regarding Medicare, Medicaid, and other supplemental health insurance plans. From October to December of 2019, she helped over 200 clients review their Medicare Part D prescription insurance, and Teresa's dedication and long hours saved our residents over $30,000. She's an exemplary employee and one that the Special Services Department can take pride in as a true ambassador to our city. Even with all of that Teresa has taken on at work and in her personal life, she has always been smiling and always has a positive attitude. This is why we I didn't know this. This is why we affectionately nicknamed her Sister Teresa. Ladies and gentlemen, Teresa Jurgovich.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, John. Many years ago, when I was in college studying for my undergraduate degree, trying to decide what my career path would be, I enrolled in the social work curriculum. I was often asked by family and friends why I chose to study social work. My response was always the same: because I did not need a math credit. Although there is some truth to that statement, I am confident in saying years later that I did not choose the social work profession, but the profession chose me. As a typical teenage girl,
I wanted to spend my free time hanging out with my friends at the mall. But my mom, who was my biggest supporter of my career choice, had other plans for me. She used to drag me, that was the term my teenage self used, drag me with her to her various charity events. Little did I know, or even realize for that matter, that she was helping to plant the seed of my future career choice. When I was told I won an award for being an outstanding employee, I must say I struggled with that term, outstanding. I am not outstanding, but am honored that Farmington Hills residents allow me into their homes, trust me with their personal information, and let me engage with their families members during their times of turmoil. Knowing that I am making a difference in someone's life is all the reward I need, but I am thankful for this recognition. I will never forget a particular conversation my mom and I shared. One day I was telling her about my workday and feeling a bit overwhelmed by my caseload. She simply said to me that God has given me special gifts, gifts of human compassion, empathy, and the knowledge to help people. I often think of these gifts before I enter someone's home or take a phone call from someone experiencing a crisis. You see, this is not outstanding, but simply exhibiting human kindness. I am grateful that my position as a social worker with the City of Farmington Hills allows me to help our Farmington Hills older adults, our veterans, and our vulnerable population. I am also grateful to the Department of Special Services who support me with my numerous outreach programs. A couple of years ago, when my daughter Brianna told me she wanted to continue her education and become a doctor of physical therapy, I could not have been more proud. Although Brianna did not choose to enter the social work profession, she just finished her second year as a doctorate student in physical therapy, a career that allows her to help people in their time of need. When Brianna was a young child, I would drag her with me to the Farmington area Goodfellow Delivery Day, pass out blankets and care packages to our residents who are homeless in Detroit, and visit our veterans at the John Dingell DA Medical Center. Perhaps, Brianna, I too help plant your seed for your future career choice. In closing, I want to share with you a quote that I live my life by and say daily. This quote is from a woman, a mother, and a great humanitarian who truly understand the meaning of helping people, all people from all walks of life. Carry out a random act of kindness with no expectation of reward, safe in the knowledge that one day someone might do the same for you. Diana, Princess of Wales. Thank you.
Turn to the right page on the hymnal. Okay. Next up is our 2020 Employee of the Year, Miss Ashley Hopper, excuse me. Come on up. Well, it's my distinct pleasure to introduce Ashley up here because, as Pam said, she stole her from the Public Services Department when I was there too. So apparently we have a really good training program in the Public Services Department, right, Karen? So, and again, Ashley is our Employee of the Year winner for 2020. Ashley first joined the city in May of 2019, and she was hired as a part-time parks maintenance worker. In 2010, she was promoted to part-time clerk typist 1 in the engineering division. She held several roles while working in the engineering division from 2012 to 2014, including full-time clerk typist and department aide. Ashley was promoted to the secretary to the city clerk in February of 2015. 2020 was a challenging year, but for the clerk's office, it was the most challenging election year ever, with a presidential election, a pandemic, mailing out absentee voter ballot applications to all registered voters. The number of absentee ballots nearly tripled from 4 years ago. Throughout all of this, Ashley did an outstanding job and went above and beyond. Ashley always assisted voters at the counter and over the phone, but this year she took more responsibility by chairing the AVCB in March, overseeing AVCB operations in August and November, and training more election workers to help operate the high-speed tabulators here at the city and around the city. The city clerk and deputy clerk were able to rely on her fully, allowing them the flexibility to handle city hall operations for election day voting and any issues that arose at precincts. There was no doubt that ballot processing would go well into the evening and even potentially into the next day. But due to Ashley's expertise on the high-speed tabulators, Farmington Hills reported their November election results in a timely manner. Not only did Ashley carry out daily election tasks such as issuing and receiving ballots, balancing precincts, and preparing ABCB supplies, she also performed her normal duties such as processing FOIA requests and pre- and post-city council meeting tasks. She did this promptly and with great attitude. Ashley came in on weekends to catch up on her regular work and was always willing to stay late or come in on additional weekends for the election. Ashley knows all aspects of the office and can fill in for any position without hesitation. Throughout this busy year, Ashley didn't miss a beat, keeping up with hundreds of FOIA requests and jumping in to assist departments when they were too busy to fulfill their duties. And this was even during the election time when she was at her busiest, to ensure that the city was responding according to the law. Ashley is friendly, professional, well-liked, and is known as someone who gets the job done. She embodies qualities and character that citizens of Farmington Hills have come to expect from their public servants, and she is very deserving of the Employee of the Year award. Congratulations, Ashley.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for nominating me for the 2020 Employee of the Year. 2020 had so many challenges and a lot of new responsibilities with the pandemic, having 3 major elections to top it off. Being honored during such a difficult and crazy time makes it that much more special to me. I just want to thank my coworkers in the clerk's office for helping me get through the past year. And again, thank you very much for the nomination. I am very honored.
Thank you again to our 2019 and 2020 Employee of the Year. Finally, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the staff from the Human Resources Department and the Video Division for their efforts in preparing today's program of our award recipients. We'd like to ask that all outstanding employees stay for photographs. I also wanted to let everybody know that the award winners likely received an email invite from the clerk's office to attend this evening's virtual city council meeting for some additional recognition by our city council. Right, Pam? Okay. So with that, this concludes our presentation. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Have a great week and a day, I suppose. Thank you.